YouTube. Today I want to share with you something I just picked up at a local comic book store. I'm going to guess it's a new old stock. I don't know. But this is DC Comics, the new 52 Swamp Thing. Deluxe action figure. Very cool. Nice picture of the fig right there. New 52 lineup. From what year? Let's see. Is there a date on here? I'm not seeing it. Maybe on the bottom. I'm not seeing a date there either. Alright, so let's get this thing out. Wow. You know, I took a few minutes to look over this figure, and I must say I am really impressed with the sculpt on this. I've never seen this before, and I've been collecting the DC collectibles for a little while now, mostly the Batman stuff, of course. But, some of the details really good, and I've been apprehensive to collect more because of the limited articulation on the early DC collectible stuff. But I must say, the sculpt on this thing is magnificent, and the sheer size is... Oh yeah, I want to mention, it's very, very top heavy, but the sculpt is fantastic. It is quite a chore to get him to balance, but yeah, what an amazing figure. So they have the dimensions of this figure on the side of the box here. It says it's 8.5 inches tall. The wingspan measures 13 inches wide and includes a removable shield and sword, which we have that too. Go through those really quick. They've done a really nice job of making this look as though it's tree bark. Very, very cool. Now that will be his sword, and this here will be his shield. Wow, I told you he was heavy. And you see this twig here fell out. Okay. Yeah, so just getting him to balance on this rotating display was quite a chore. You had to hunch him over and, lean him forward and kind of bring the wings forward too. As you can see, he fell. Let's go through some of his detail. I mean, he's got a wicked set of eyes. You can see, where's my pointer at? Let's see here. Let's go close up here. Now his eyes are pretty fantastic. They're painted almost like a translucent red, so they catch the light really nice. Got a nice technique on the dry brush here. Looks like it was all painted brown or even a darker brown, and then they've come back with the dry brush and did some light browns and some greens, and it looks like there's multiple greens there. So you got the branches that come up as his horns, and you got the wood that grows down and becomes his torso and his rib cage. And on the wings here, oh, by the way, they flap. See that? They flap and they rotate, so you can bring them down, spread them out like so. I mean, he can really get a wicked look. You can bring them way high and get another look. No matter what you do with this figure, it's looking really cool. Let's look at the detail inside the wings. It looks like you have a lichen in here, sculpted in there, and then like some palm leaves sculpted as the feathers themselves. And for the membrane, you have like these branches, which is really, really cool. Yeah, this is a very cool figure. And then you have like, nothing is symmetrical, like nature. It's really cool. So you have like a circular thigh here, like a tree stump or a burl oak. And then you have a really, really rough patch here like you would find at the root of a tree, which is really cool. Very nice. And his boots, or his lower calves, as you can see, it looks like tree bark. And they give this nice little design here, this little flower right there. It's really cool. Back looks nice. Got a little lighter green right there. Very cool. Let's go through his articulation. All right, we have the head. It goes back like so. Forward. We can cock it, which is very nice. When you can cock the head like that, you can give a lot of impression of what this figure is actually thinking. And it adds to your posability. So the arms, you have, that's about as high up as they'll go. You have a bicep cut. You have almost a 90 on the elbow. And your wrists will swivel 360 degrees. And there is no hinge. Going down to the legs. Oh, by the way, no ab crunch either. But the legs will go that far out. That much of a back kick, which is pretty amazing. That much of a forward kick, but they do kind of kick out to the side like so. Then you have a double jointed knee. You get about that much bend. And your rotation right there. No rotation in the knee right there. And then you have a toe articulation, but I'm not getting much more than that right there. Down, up. And it is on a ratchet, so that's nice. And again, the wings, you can pull, push forward, pull back, rotate downwards, like that. Or bring them all the way up, like so. And they seem like they're on a ratchet too, so they will stay where you put them, which is very nice. Now, again, the challenge is getting him to stand. and we'll go through that too. Why? Well, excuse me. You have a toe cut here, which only leaves you very little real estate to stand him on. Because the weight of this figure, even if you flatten his foot out like so, wants to push this up like so, creating an imbalance. So you just got to be patient. But just looking at the sculpt work on here, I think just being patient, it's worth it. Real quick, before we go on, just ramble about this figure, let's look at how his accessories attach, okay? This is his shield. All right, his shield gets outfitted on this arm by removing this branch here, just like that. Okay, so if you can see here, this is keyed to go right in like, maybe I have it backwards. I do. Come on. There you are. There's his shield. And then his sword, you remove this guy right here. And then his sword goes on just like that. Now let's see if we can get him to stand up. Now the plastic for the twigs here, it feels pretty soft, but you want to be careful moving it around because you don't want to break it, you know. Again, this is definitely not a figure you give to a kid to play with. Just keep that in mind. You know? So yeah, wow. What a really cool figure. I see why it fell last time. The wing hit the back drop. So yeah, I'm actually stoked that I picked this up. I'm actually really excited that I found it. And yeah, I paid $50 for it. And I thought that was a bargain for such a big, massive figure with all that paintwork and all that great sculpting. I've never seen this figure before. I've seen several other versions of the Swamp Thing, and one in particular that seems to be all over the place and very common is from DC Collectibles, another Swamp Thing, but it doesn't look anything like this. I have not tried to remove the wings yet, But I think they may be removable. But I'm not sure. But for display, I wouldn't want it without the wings, because that's what sold me on this figure when I saw it in the box with the wings all spread open like that. So yeah, you know, I think for this figure's getting a solid wolf howl. You guys like what you saw, hit that subscribe button, and a big thumbs up to DC for this one. That is an awesome figure. Thanks.